Hi, and welcome to the Intro to Inversions video tutorial. In this session, I'll lead you through different techniques to master different inversions. If you're new to inversions, I'd like for you to just watch this video first. If you are more experienced, you can try to tag along, and then I'll also replay different sessions so you can try them again, and also feel free to pause this video at any time. That way you can take your time through this session. So let's go ahead and start getting warmed up if you're not warmed up already. I'm going to lead you through 3 cycles of the sun salutation variation. So start on the end of your mat in standing mountain pose or Tadasana. You can roll those shoulders back and down, start coming into your breath and finding your perfect posture. Maybe roll your head from side to side, waking up your C-spine. Offering a little bit of movement. On your next inhale, let's reach those arms up overhead in extended mountain. Exhaling, swan dive forward into forward fold. Keep a bend in the knees. Inhaling, half lift, flat back. Exhaling and folding. Again, keep a bend in the knees. Let's walk those hands out to high plank. Bring those knees down. Exhaling as you tricep push up all the way down to the floor. Inhaling up into baby cobra. Exhaling, releasing down. Inhaling, pushing up onto all fours. Tuck those toes under, lift the hips, coming into downward facing dog. Pedal out those heels. Warming up the calves and the hamstrings. Pushing down here, downward facing dog. Go ahead and keep a bend in the knees if the hamstrings and calves are still a little tight. We're going to walk our hands back in towards our feet. Go ahead and windshield wiper those feet out nice and wide and let the torso hang heavy. Keep a nice bend in the knees. You can grab onto opposite elbows if you'd like. Kind of do a gentle sway from side to side or front to back. Allowing some space in between each vertebrae. Going to plant those feet down and we're going to roll up the spine one vertebrae at a time, and all the way back up into standing mountain pose. Bring those feet back in close together. Take a breath here. On your next inhale, reach those arms up overhead, extended mountain. Exhale, swan dive over, forward fold. Inhaling, half lift. Exhaling and folding. Walk those hands out into high plank. Again, stay on toes or you can come down to knees. Exhaling, chaturanga down. Flow forward into upward facing dog or into baby cobra. Exhaling back, downward facing dog. Pedal out those feet again. Pushing down here. Trying to bring your knees in towards your chest. Walk those hands back into forward fold. Windshield wiper those feet out. Hang heavy in ragdoll. It's a great way to decompress the spine, allowing blood in between those vertebrae, rehydrating those discs. Windshield wiper those feet back in close together, bend those knees, round the spine up. Standing mountain pose. One more time here. Getting ready, reach those arms up overhead. Exhaling, swan dive over. Inhaling, half lift. Exhaling, forward fold. Walk those hands out to high plank. Exhale, chaturanga down. Inhaling, flowing forward into upward facing dog. Exhaling back, downward facing dog. We're going to do a couple cycles here of three-legged dog just to get our balance on our hands and also to practice transitioning some of our weight to our upper body. So lifting one leg up toward the sky, holding strong here. And then releasing back down. Reaching the opposite leg up toward the sky. And coming back down. Reaching up again with that first leg. Releasing back down. Reaching up with the other leg. And releasing back down. Let's go through one more time. Reaching up. Transitioning that weight onto your hands. Releasing down. And the other leg. Reaching up. And releasing down. Let's go ahead and bring those knees out nice and wide onto the floor. Let's settle back into wide leg child's pose. Go ahead and take a couple moments to regain your breath. Settle back into your natural breath rhythm. So let's get started with our first inversion, which is going to be a tripod headstand. And I'm going to use a yoga towel just for a little bit of extra support and padding for my head and my neck. You can use a beach towel or a regular towel or anything else you feel would suit you. So we're going to make a triangle with our head and our hands. And we're going to lift the hips up toward the sky, coming up onto our toes. From here, we're going to practice bringing our knee up onto our tricep. So practicing shifting your weight forward onto your hands and your head, and also finding a little bit of balance. So switch legs and find what kind of suits you. And take a little bit of a break. And then again, finding that triangle for you. Come up on toes, lift those hips up high. This time we're going to try to balance both knees onto our triceps. So stay here if you're having a little bit of trouble and just find your balance. I'm going to go ahead and start lifting my legs up together. I find it easier to lift them both up together than one at a time, but you may find that lifting one at a time suits you. But once you reach those legs up toward the sky, try to bring those hips forward, engaging the core, squeezing the glutes and the legs together. So I'm going to replay this again for you in just a moment. Again, finding that tripod, and then knee up on tricep, find your balance, and then switch it over, knee on tricep. If you feel like this is too much pressure on your neck, go ahead and give it a break. Don't rush into this inversion, especially if you have a previous neck injury. So coming down into that triangle or that tripod again, lifting the hips, coming up on toes. Bringing knee to tricep, and other knee to tricep, holding here. And then slowly start lifting up together or one at a time. Engaging your core, finding balance between your head and both hands. Trying to lift all the way up. For For this next inversion, we're going to do the tripod headstand with a little bit of a variation, so it's a little bit more advanced. Again, go ahead and find that triangle, that tripod, lift the hips up, and this time we're going to engage our core, so walking those toes up together and then lifting the legs up together. So we're not bringing knee to tricep this time. And coming back down whenever you're ready. So replaying here, finding your tripod, using those core muscles to lift up the legs together without finding balance with your knees on your triceps first. So again, it's a little bit more advanced. Make sure that you master the first step before you move on to this inversion. This next inversion is a forearm stand, which is a progression from the tripod headstand. And I'm going to use my yoga towel as well as roll up my yoga mat one time, just for a little bit of extra support for my head and my C-spine. So here we're going to settle down onto our forearms, making a triangle with our hands and our elbows this time. And our head is going to rest in the middle, in between that triangle. So again, lifting those hips up and coming up on toes, and you're going to do a little bit of a kick to get to this position with your knees tucked down. And then using those core muscles, we're going to slowly start lifting those legs up. Again, staying nice and tight through our glutes, our quads, squeezing those legs together, engaging the core. You'll find that the balance here is a little bit more unstable than the tripod headstand, and that's why it's a progression. So make sure that you feel comfortable with the tripod headstand first before coming on to the forearm stand. So I'm going to go ahead and replay that again for you. Find your triangle, lift the hips up, come up on toes, small kick. Keep those knees tucked down, staying tight through the core and the legs, and lifting up together, and trying to find your balance. You can also do this forearm stand if you're starting out up against a wall for extra support. So if you do fall over, you want to tuck and roll, don't fall straight back. And then releasing down whenever you're ready. This next exercise is a handstand prep exercise, so it just gets us used to putting weight onto our arms and being upside down. So find a chair, and you're going to plant your hands down about the middle of your yoga mat, and then put your feet up on the chair so you're kind of in a pike stand. And you're going to alternate lifting one leg up at a time. Again, just kind of helps get your weight moving forward onto your hands and your shoulders, as well as getting those legs up. And my chair is kind of sliding, so make sure that your chair is somewhere stable so it's not sliding out from underneath you. I'm going to go ahead and replay this again. So again, find that pike stand, and then lifting one leg up at a time off that chair, transferring the weight onto your hands and your shoulders. And I'm just demonstrating a couple cycles here, but feel free to do as many as you'd like. This next exercise is an advanced handstand prep exercise. So instead of using the chair, we're going to use the wall. And walking your legs up the wall to where you're in the pike stand here, and then alternating lifting one leg up at a time. So as you can see, the majority of my weight is placed over my hands and my shoulders this time, as opposed to with the chair, I had a little bit more of an angle. So alternating here and finding your balance on your hands, staying strong through the shoulders and the core. And I'll demonstrate that one more time again. So walk those feet up the wall, come into that pike stand. Find your balance, lifting one leg up at a time, getting your hands, your wrists, your elbows, and your shoulders used to holding your weight in this inversion. And then finally, we are going to kick up to handstand. So I'm going to use the wall as support, and I'm going to start in downward facing dog. My hands are maybe about 4 to 6 inches away from the wall. So I'm going to choose my kicking leg, which is my right leg. That leg will go up first. I'm going to look in through my hands and then kick my right leg up towards the wall with my left leg coming up to follow. And I'm just going to do about 5 kicks just to warm up, and then bringing both legs up towards the wall and then backing them off the wall just a little bit so you can find your balance. And again, this one's a progression to the last 2 exercises that we did, so make sure that you feel comfortable transferring that weight onto your hands and your shoulders before you start doing this exercise. So replaying again, kicking my right leg up first, using my left leg to push up, and again I'm doing about 5 kicks. Feel free to do as many as you'd like, or you may feel comfortable just holding your legs up against the wall. And then coming back down whenever you're ready. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that this helps you in your inversion practice. Inversions take time to master, so please give yourself lots of grace and lots of patience. If you enjoyed this video, then I suggest you head on over to stayhomeyoga.com, where I lead you through other yoga sessions. And I look forward to seeing you all soon. Enjoy. Bye.